Hmm. Browns defense. He said Dillion Gabriel will be back as the starter once he clears the concussion protocol, but acknowledges a lot has to happen. Hmm. A lot has to happen. Hmm. Whew. A lot happened. A lot happened. Look, I'm gonna end up going over this all again because I'm gonna post it. But I want y'all to. I'm not sure like everybody peeps it from the same aspect that I do, and you can't bring it in, you know. So with me, here's what I'm looking at. Here's what I noticed, and I want to know if you guys noticed something similar because from where I'm standing, I don't know how to put this. Anything that would change it, but check this out. Every second half, right? Every second half, we always end up in a position where offense get tired out. Defense gets tired out. They get wore down. They can't really commit the way that they were committing before. I'm sorry, I gotta be right. I'm a little OCD, you know what I'm saying? They can't commit the way they was committing before. So, and that's due to our defense being overextended, like not having the time of possession from the offense that balances out the game. If you notice, all the sacks happen before the fourth quarter. All the great defense plays happen before the fourth quarter. Now, and I'm this is before I even get to this whole quarterback thing. With all this happening, right? A person that can analyze what's going on and looks at it in a way where they can say, okay, we need to do one or two things. Either balance this out or build endurance. And somewhere along the line, the endurance with our defense is falling short in a major way. Like we just start giving up big plays all of a sudden. And that brings me back to another thing. With a good coach, what does a good coach do? A good coach makes those halftime adjustments so that everybody can see this is what we clearly need to do in order to win. And if we don't do this, we're not going to win. Now, with those adjustments, with me saying that, rather, we also know that Harbaugh's going to make his adjustments. We know that all the major coaches we go against, we know how they play. So something is wrong here. Something's wrong here. Because when Dillon's in, it seems like we try to force the same situation over and over and over again. But when Shaduer got in there, I saw him trying to go back to that pass again in the third, some similar plays. They just look different with the way that Shaduer handles them. And here's another thing. Shaduer only took the dumps because he didn't have the blocking situation he needed to be successful. Once that last bit of that fourth start coming and they start letting them sling that ball, you start seeing something pause. You start seeing something real different. Now they got to back up. They can't blitz you like that, which we all know this. We all been screaming this for weeks and weeks and weeks now. But if LaVardian had caught that ball, which he caught it, but it's just a great defensive play. I can't take nothing from the Ravens because they finally stepped up towards the end because they had to. We wasn't doing no monster job. All they had to do was stop the run because we had no pass threat. If you find a way to balance that out, why can't we win that way? We can win that way because we almost won that way. So what I'm seeing here is this. First of all, something I've been saying for a long time. And shout out to Dillion Gabriel because he did a great job managing the game. You know, I'm just putting it that way. He managed the game up into that point. You know what I mean? And when he did that, you had a lot of, we were able to, you know, do some more ball control. We were able to like play with the situation in a different kind of way, which is, I guess, the kind of ball that Stefanski wants to play. But the ball he wants to play, to me, the way that they're managing it, him and Tommy Rees, it doesn't seem as if they're going for the throat. It seems they're going for the fact that they don't actually believe in the situation because they try to play it safe. All of these plays be like so safe. The play calling is extra safe. In the rounds, there's so many other things that we can do. So when I'm looking at you, you say you're a play caller, or I'm looking at you and you saying that I'm gonna let him take over, but things still looking the same. We already know, Stefanski, that your play calling really wasn't like hitting like that. So now we back in a situation where your play calling ain't hitting like that. And this is where the problem comes in with me and what I'm starting to see. Nobody can be successful under Stefanski's the way that he is forcing them to run the offense. You can't be successful in that kind of way. You can't be successful. There's not enough. The play calling is not diverse enough, man. I feel like, and I'm going to say this, and I don't know who would agree with me, but I'm just saying this from the viewer's standpoint because I'm not a ball player no more. Okay? So when I see stuff like this going on, it kind of puts me in a mind state of like, you running some old stuff, bro. You running some real predictable kind of situations. When I look at everybody else play calling, it don't look like they're just doing other things. You know what I mean? They're not afraid to run counters. They're not just traps. They got the line that can do it. Our O-line is suffering. And the guys that's coming in to fill in with them, what I'm seeing also is they can't just jump in because maybe they're not getting enough reps. It shouldn't be that way. Like, everybody should be able to fall in line next man up. But it's clear. These are two different styles of quarterback. Two different styles of quarterback, even though they both rookies. Great. But when I look at Dillion, this is a thing about life. You have to take risk. You gotta take risk. If you're not taking risk, you're not gonna have nothing but what the defense gives you. And we cannot eat off of the defense, our defense. We can't continually sit up here and try to eat off them and say, oh, it's a good game. The defense can't. No. Both sides got to do their part, and both sides got to be held responsible for not doing their part. You can't sit up and just like tell the situation or tell these people to be happy because of this. Yeah, y'all, oh, we're doing great. No, we're doing great right now. But I can already foresee, and I'm like in different people's lives, you're not gonna point nobody out, but it's like, oh, people are complaining, and we're up right now, 16 or whatever. This is the Ravens. This is still Lamar Jackson having a horrible game. We giving them hell, but you can't off no 6-point lead. This ain't no lead cut. Like, what are you talking about? That's not a lead. That is not a lead. We ain't got no real lead. If we ain't got nothing real going on, 20 points, we got to play tooth and nail all the way till the clock knocks out. And that's not happening. Say another thing, because I've harped on the O-line enough. Receivers, this couple things I seen with the receivers today. I seen what you did there. And you did that because that's who he's comfortable with. And it almost worked. Because LaVardian is he kind of tight. I mess with him. Kind of like, he's not a deep threat like that, but he definitely hit him with a deep threat. And if he was in a better position to fight for that ball, because he had that ball. If he had failed with that ball, that was a touchdown. That was a touchdown. So this is where we got to really look at the situation with Shaduer. Because the first two drives, those interceptions, we know this is the Ravens. Shaduer probably going to be heavy on himself or hard on himself. But the truth of the matter is, with no reps that you ever had against these dudes or with the first team, with Njoku, with Jerry Jeudy, it's like jumping in Madden and playing with a team that you don't even follow because you don't know them. You don't know them well enough to do any of that. So, like, at this point where things is at, the receivers also had a responsibility to where they need to start not giving up on routes. Y'all giving up on routes because you're used to Dillion throwing that short ball. You're used to Dillion throwing this short ball. Okay, I got a buck. If you had kept running, he would have took the other shot downfield. He would have had you right there. We would have had it extended another 4 downs. But we seen something today where in the past 4 or 5 games, we haven't been able to see anything, like nothing concrete. It just looked like a busted plays and some good runs. And even though Shaduer had a lot of busted plays in the front, the majority of those plays were busted. I mean, we lost. Okay, Cam Robinson, right? Cam went out, but that ain't got nothing to do with the tackle and everything that was going on in the front. Like, you got to hold it down. We really, really got to hold it down when it comes to these quarterbacks, man. These are both rookie quarterbacks. Room to breathe, and we not getting the room. Y'all not giving them room. Y'all not giving them room to breathe. Y'all just kind of like, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm being like ultra. I want y'all to understand that a lot of Shaduer struggles in his debut, but the thing about it is he was never prepared for a debut. He jumped in a game with a gang of people that he has never thrown a pass to. And you put one guy in there that he has thrown a pass to. And he did the best of what he could. But the best thing that he did for us all season was stretch the field. We needed this field to get stretched. We needed that. We haven't had that all game. So it's like people watching tape on us. It's predictable. But you saw once he started really airing that ball out downfield, They had to back up. Oh, back up, back up, back. Get some room, get some room. Now you got to get some room. Now he can run. He ran for 2 first downs. This is what you got to do. I ain't going to go on forever, but I think this is the beginning of something. I'm liking what I'm seeing. For whatever reason, I like what I saw from that. Like before, I was kind of feeling, like here we go. But, his first couple down, like his first 2 series were just rough, really rough. And then you slowly start to see it started progressing, But even with Dillion, they eventually caught up because we can't get in a position where we get great turnovers. We're down in enemy territory and we can't convert. You got to take shots, man. You got to take risks. You got to take shots downfield. It's the only way it's going to work. All right, y'all.